Hey everyone, I'm pleased to announce the first version of a gadget which Circuitry requested over on Discord and GitHub, it turns out. Sometimes you have to ask twice for things, but it's here, so hope you enjoy it. It is the Line tool. So the Line tool is a tool that I've made. It's sitting right there. And it emulates the meter tip. Let me grab a meter tip. I'll probably do a separate video on the meter tip, but we'll just cover it briefly. Is that the blue one? Yeah, it's the blue one. I don't use it that much. So this is the meter tip. We'll hop into Smooth POV. Now in Smooth POV, we can set the meter tip to 2-point mode. And then when I go between two objects, so this one and this one, we get a line between the two objects, more appropriately between the two colliders, and we get the length, 2.3 meters, and it's this kind of like nice blue material, and there's dots on both sides. So Circuitry wanted a tool that did that, but without the visual indicator and with the option of customizing pretty much everything about the lines. If I find my tip, oh, it's up here. This world is a complete mess because I built it in this world. So we have the line tip here, and on its default settings, I'm going to change these before I release it, but on the default settings I've got right now, I click one, click another, we get a line. This has a different mode, which is currently enabled. So when we push secondary, we get the very basic UI, but hey, it's functional. And this specifies the center mode or the non-center mode. On center mode, it will go between the center of two objects. So here you can see it went between the center of this cube and the center of this cube. And similar examples here and all the way over here. If we turn off center mode, which I believe I did, it will go between the hit point. So here's the hit point, it's on the side. So it did a line from the kind of side of the cube to the side of this cube. Now things don't line up as much as I would like, and that's because of the nature of things. It's also because of the radius of the sphere here, but you can see how you can easily delete it. Just go ahead, select it. Oop, it's gone. If you've got a deleter tip, that would also work. Let's go back to the line tip. This is like a kind of artist easel that happens when I work for long periods of time. So again, we're going to turn this on. I'm going to drop the radius down, and then I'm going to go again between here, and you'll see we've got a much lower line. I need to adjust this slider because 1 is probably the size of the planet right now. I forgot it was a tool, and when stuff is parented to you, it kind of scales up to you. Yeah, that's huge. I'll adjust the slider there so that we can kind of play around with things a little bit. You can also customize it by just opening up the inspector. The other thing you can do here is line material. So if we were to spawn in a couple of materials here, use essentials, materials. I like the candy materials. I haven't seen those in a little while. There we go. Let's load those in. So we've got like a strawberry candy, I don't know, toffee, and apple, I would say. I'm a bit colorblind, so I don't really know what colors those are. So we can pull out this material, drop in this one, and then we can go between, I'm running out of cubes here, this one and this one. And you'll see again here, we've got a nice big candy spiral here. Let's drop this down, there we go. Much better. So now I've got a line between the two. I think that answers the initial asks. It is a V1. I'm still working on a couple of things before I release it. One of the things I want to do is tidy up the UI a bit. We've got a white background with red text, not red text, sorry, white text. The red is from these UI elements. It's because they're parented to me because of the way tooltips work. And I also want to prevent the laser from doing this. There's a way I can disable the laser when the menu is open, and then that should prevent that from happening. I don't really know what's going on there, so it doesn't look like it's colliding with the tool. Anyway, I'll fix that up. And then maybe in a V2 or a V.1.5, I want to kind of parent the tip to the objects, so when you move them around it kind of stretches and grows. That's not happening right now, they're entirely static. There is an easy way to do that with the inspector. That is the slot segment mesh. I'll show you the slot segment mesh probably just after this. I mean, the world's suitable for it. I'm not really sure what's going on with my arms though. I'm going to blame this world. I've been like making lines for a long time. You can see here these ribbons are these are meter tip lines that kind of went off into the sky because I misclicked. And then here are some early attempts at the tool where we had no materials working. And there's some others like floating around somewhere where the lines weren't even lining up, and so we had basically like rebars. Interesting is I accidentally made the remember the rebar gun from Half-Life 2? Accidentally made it here a couple of times, so it'd be interesting to kind of like pull that functionality out and put it in something else. But there you go. LineTip V1. Look for it in my public folder. I'll also send it to you, Secretary, when it's ready. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. Feel free to tweak it. Oh, I didn't show you how to tweak it. Let's tweak it. So the radius field here is controlled by the slider. So you can just inspect the slider here. And then just change the min and max here to whatever min and max you want, and then you can drag it out or shrink it down depending on your needs. Right now it's between 0 and 1. I'm going to make that between maybe 0 and 1.5 there. I could probably also put like another field here, which is like max and min. Maybe I'll do that. It shouldn't take long. If you'd like an overview of how this tool works, let me know. It's a little bit messy, but it uses a couple of components from LineTip, so it works quite nicely. I will see you next time. Bye-bye. What is going on here? There's something weird in this world. Maybe there's a collider of some kind here. It's not the tool, or me, or Neo. It's something in this world. See, the laser goes backwards. Weird. See you next time.